Well, hi everyone, and Happy New Year. It's been a long time since I created a vlog. I did not become as consistent as I had hoped to become when I began these last July. But you know what? Life happens, and there were a lot of good things that were distracting me from this space. But now I am in the space to resume these vlogs, and I feel very inspired. I feel very encouraged by the mainstream kind of consciousness really awakening more to the gifts of neurodivergent individuals. And I want to share my perspective too on how my son and I really want to help and encourage the whole picture, the caregivers and the neurodivergent loved ones. I think it's important to see the full circle of creativity and the equation that we create together as we interact, as we support each other, as we follow our own passions and help our children express themselves and follow their own passions to the very best of our ability and their ability. It's just a beautiful dynamic of interconnection. And I think that's what I'm really encouraged. I'm seeing through the world, like this opening that people understand that a neurodivergent person may look and behave very differently on the outside, and yet they have complete thoughts and contributions and personalities that shine on the inside when they can express it through spelling, typing, telepathy, all those things. So it's so encouraging for me. And one thing I wanted to begin by saying is I am going to start leading these creative care for caregivers art classes. They're going to be online and also eventually in person. How awesome is that? One thing I've been contemplating is how a caregiver has a type of neurodiversity that often gets overlooked. There's a level of threshold that sometimes we're working at because our job can be so nonstop depending on the support systems you have in your life. Sometimes there aren't that many. To the best of our ability, we cannot yet generate that. So a lot falls on mom or dad or the immediate family. And there's a level of, we can call it post-traumatic stress syndrome, working at your threshold and learning how to navigate with a very activated nervous system as opposed to a life without caregiving, where maybe things happen but not as intensely and the nervous system is just a little different. So I've been thinking about how families become neurodiverse when they're caring for a neurodiverse individual. And that's a beautiful thing. But neurodiversity requires extra support. It does. And so if you are becoming neurodiverse by taking care of a neurodiverse individual, you also need extra love, extra self-care, extra regulation times. And I have found art to be such a wonderful tool to really get you kind of out of the mind energy, the tricky mind energy, into the creative mind energy and heart energy. Because creation has that ability for some reason. And that's what I want to explore in these online classes and in-person classes, is really that meditative practice of who am I in this aspect, in this role? How can I rise with my highest self to the calling that is in my life? What am I choosing? What am I allowing happen? What do I have control over and what may I not have control over? And all those questions can be answered through art and through creativity. So I'm really excited about that. And the other thing I wanted to say was we're going to be creating an art workshop. It's been a while since we had some new material. And my son has expressed an interest in exploring nature art. And when I asked him specifically, like, well, what do you want to explore? He spelled surprise me. So I love that he's given me so much freedom. And then I do still ask for his feedback, like, do you want to do this project or that one? Because I think the choice and the decisions and the input is so important. And so in our art workshops, there will be opportunity for you to ask your loved one their preference and their desire for projects, their design ideas. And then there's a lot of stuff that's structured that makes it easy for you, so there aren't a lot of decisions in other aspects. Okay, so we're going to try to use both those and kind of integrate that together to make some curriculum that's really easy and fun and uplifting to do with you and your loved one. And I really think that in order for you to be able to teach curriculum in this capacity, you've got to become comfortable creating art yourself. So I do invite you, if you're a caregiver or a parent, to try out my free live meditative guided art projects. See how they sit with you, and that will enable you to become a guide eventually, if you're not comfortable, yet, for your child. I really want to encourage you that this is a full circle kind of experience. You can truly enhance the joy and the connectivity and the creativity of your entire family and experience more togetherness through the energy that you generate being in touch with love and these just empowered energies that come from embracing neurodiversity in all its forms. All right. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I'll talk with you soon.